This week, we're taking a closer look at diagnosing dementia and the impacts of that diagnosis. In today's Your Healthy Family, I'm working with BrightStar Care to show you how to differentiate between dementia and forgetfulness in your loved one. And I talked to my grandma about the things she noticed before her husband was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. In late summer of 2020,
the neuropsychologist said, yes, this is dementia. It is progressive. It's not going to get any better.
Doctors told my grandma, Terry Wilgus Nicely, her husband of almost 10 years had Alzheimer's disease, and it was devastating.
Watching the person you love become a different person.
And she says those changes started in 2017. Stanley had forgotten how to get to a lunch spot in his hometown they'd been to several times over the years.
He said, no, I'm not kidding. I really can't remember how to get there. I just worried that that's very strange.
But how do you know if your older loved one is dealing with forgetfulness?
Forgetfulness may be a normal part of the aging process.
Or if it's dementia. I sat down with Susan Nimnuin to find out. She's the vice president of an in-home care agency called BrightStar Care in Fort Myers in Naples.
Forgetting what day it is, but being able to recall that's normal. Forgetting what day it is and also not knowing what season is, that's something to be concerned about.
My Mima says when Stanley forgot how to get to the restaurant that day, her antenna was out, picking up other things.
Unable to remember names that he should remember.
Forgetting a word is definitely normal. Where you want to focus is when they're forgetting a conversation or they're not able to hold a conversation, or it's kind of changing back and forth from a time frame. We see that a lot.
My grandma says this exact thing would happen with Stanley.
We would, for example, be on the interstate, and I would say, okay, get over because the next exit, we're gonna have to get off. And he'd get over, and then we'd drive right by the next exit. And I would say, you missed the exit. And he was like, well, you didn't tell me.
Nimnuin says people with dementia struggle with the now.
You know, what they did yesterday or today, but they're still going to be able to tell you a story from their career, their childhood, or back in the day.
He could remember things way back, but the short-term memory was what was becoming a problem.
Nimnuin also says, as we age, our brain shrinks, and it's harder to learn or retain new things. But people with dementia have trouble even understanding those new things. And my grandma says caring with someone with dementia is no easy task.
You lose yourself, you do. Your life becomes the life of a caregiver, which is a very worthy position, but it's very stressful.
It's just so hard to imagine, and I was watching every step of the way. Such a difficult thing to deal with. And in tomorrow's Your Healthy Family, I talked to my Mima about the demands of being a caregiver for someone with Alzheimer's, how caregiver burnout is very real, and why you should consider outside care if your loved one has this disease. For Your Healthy Family, I'm Lisa Greenberg, and for more information on the signs of dementia and to hear my grandma's story, head to fox4now.com/yourhealthyfamily.